Okay, thank you everyone for attending. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We are being recorded by Zoom, and it will be broadcast on GCTV or made available once it's been edited. So not live, but it will be made available on YouTube and will air on GCTV. Is anyone else recording? Okay, and I'd like to do a roll call or have a roll call done by the clerk. And that is Mackenzie, I believe. Okay.
So I guess I just read off people's
Yes.
names. Okay.
And then we have to stay present or.
All right. Grady. I don't think he's here.
No.
Empress.
Present.
Okay. Becky.
Here.
All right. And Felipe.
I'm here. Thank you.
And I am here.
So 4 out of 5 of us are here. We do not have a quorum, but we are going to have at least a discussion or at least talk about what the things are that are coming up. Are there any visitors or guests present? No, I don't see any. But we do have the new Director of Communications from the Mayor's Office. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm the new communications director for the mayor. I'll be attending all of these meetings monthly. They are correct?
That's correct.
Yes, I'll be attending all these meetings and bring information from you guys to the mayor and vice versa. So I look forward to getting to work with you guys and learn more about you and the work that you do here.
Great, thank you. On the first part of the agenda is the update on housing. I have received an incredible amount of information from individuals in Greenfield about the organizations that are doing things. There are a lot of organizations doing things. The Human Rights Commission probably doesn't need to do its own thing. I do have a lot of documents that I'm going to share with the commission members because they have to do with emergency contacts and all the different gamut of services that homeless people can benefit from. There's also data collection forms from the three county COC. It's the 3-county continuum of care. And they look at the homeless issue, among other things. There's the raft legislation. There's just so many things and so many people working on this stuff. Community legal aid to help people who are tenants or to help people who are in danger of being evicted. I'll forward all this information to you. We will probably bring it up in maybe one more meeting to see if we want to disseminate it in some more official capacity, but there's even more than that. I just haven't gone through them all, but I'm going to go through them all and then you'll get them this month. Any questions? Any comments? Becky?
Is that from the list of resources that I had compiled? Or are you going to be making that available for people in the community as well?
Yes, I would like to make, this is from the June 2023 PIT resource guide. Does that sound familiar at all? Is that something that you, because it has some contacts, but I would like to see what you have as well. And so I'm going to review what you've sent already and let you know if you need to send anything else. Any other questions or comments or points of interest, issues? Okay. So coming up is a new Monday holiday. And that new holiday, which I'm so glad because it really takes a day off to really be able to honor in such a marginal way, to honor the sacrifices of African Americans, of people of color here in the Americas, here in the United States. And so I am off that day, and I urge any other commissioner who is to also come down and be available, talk to people, let them know who you are, maybe even volunteer for a group that needs some help. But I would love to see a strong presence, as many of us or all of us, if possible. And that's going to be at Beacon Field on the 19th. And Empress will tell us more about those kinds of details. But I think it would be a great opportunity for us to be available to hear from the community and to let them know who we are, that they can come to us and to try to find out what's going on in their lives. Would anybody else would anybody else have anything to say to promote attending Juneteenth at Beacon Field? Beautiful, beautiful Beacon Field. Becky?
I'm gonna be down there. Sorry, Empress, did I cut you off? Were you just saying something?
No, if he needs to speak on information about it.
What's that?
Becky there, yes. Did you give information?
Your reception isn't good.
Yeah, I'm
So
having
you're-
a hard time hearing what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I tried to feed my desktop today. I'm sorry.
Your audio is cutting in and out.
It is.
Yeah.
Hold on. So Becky, go ahead on my phone.
Okay, I'll go ahead and while you're getting your audio fixed up, I'm
you.
gonna be there with my work, and so you'll be able to see me if you come down. But I think it would be, I think it's really important to acknowledge Juneteenth as a celebration of emancipation and the freedom of the last folks that were enslaved. And so that will be next Monday, but I think it's always going to be on the actual day of the celebration and not on the Monday, I think. But
It
I
just
don't know.
happens to fall on a Monday this year.
I think this time it does, but it's
Yeah.
June 19th, but so I'm not sure that it's going to be like another Monday holiday, but rather like Veterans Day celebrated on the day. But Empress can probably say more about that.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Is this better?
You look a lot better, yes. So your volume is too loud and you may have the other.
Okay, is this better?
Now it has
Yeah.
an echo.
It's got an echo, but if you put headphones on and shut your speaker off.
No, my speaker's off. The Mayor of Greenfield speaker's on. Is this better?
I think it might be because you're logged in on some other device, because I see you twice. So maybe the other one is picking up the audio at the same time.
Okay. How about this? Is that good? Okay. All right. So sorry about that. So let me just jump right in here. Like I said, I try to be fancy and use my desktop because that's my new best friend. So I tend to work a lot on that. But yes, Becky, number one, I definitely want to tell you thank you. Becky is in her organization is one of the organizations who is going to be representing at Juneteenth this year. I will give an update. This is the second year I'm doing Juneteenth in Greenfield. And I'm really excited. Last year, I did it in Energy Park. And this year, after so much support that I had from last year, I just knew that I had to do it again. And I'm happy to say that it's bigger and better this year. Right now, as today, as we speak, I actually have a total of 38 vendors. That's huge. That is huge. This is Juneteenth in Greenfield, guys. This is, and it's great because on so many different levels. So the energy is great. Every day I'm getting another vendor that wants to come in and be a part of this or another organization. Right now, I might have 5 actual sponsors who actually help, with the funding piece as far as putting everything together. That's Greenfield Savings Bank, Nonotuck Resource Associates out of Northampton, Franklin County CDC, and United Way, along with Benny's Organic Food Mart on Main Street. So along with the vendors and the sponsorship, I am definitely happy to say that Greenfield is going to be amazing. So to go through the lineup for that day, there's 2 things I'm doing besides just the second annual Juneteenth. I'm also doing the first citywide youth parade as well. And I'm also doing the first Taste of Greenfield. I'll talk about the parade first. The parade first starts at City Hall. The lineup is from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. I wanted to use Juneteenth as a platform to promote our young people in the city, because there's so many different things going on, but I don't feel that there's enough to, for our young people to be involved and feel part of this community. So I wanted to give them an opportunity to showcase who they are. And the best way to do that is sometimes by having a parade. So right now, where we stand, we have Style FX with the kids. That's going to be part of Rebecca. If we know Rebecca with Style FX, her hip hop dancers are going to be in the parade. Martin Luther King Charter School of Excellence. Their young children are coming down from the school from Springfield, Massachusetts. They're going to be in the parade. The parades at Greenfield Community College is going to be in the parade, and there's more kids from the community who have shown interest that also wants to be in the parade as well. Tara Murphy, who was also the drummer who led a drum circle last year for the event. She's going to have, she and her dancers are going to dress in African costumes, marching down the street with little drums because they can't carry the big drums. So they're going to be marching down the street with the little drums to create that energy. So just so I don't jump too far ahead of myself, because there's like 10,000 things going on. Okay, so like I said, the lineup is from 10 to 11. I'm still looking for volunteers to help paint the kids' faces, because I definitely think it would be fun for the kids to have their face painted and stuff like that. If they want to walk with balloons, if somebody wants to donate balloons so the kids can walk with balloons, I'm just asking to stay with the color theme of Juneteenth. So anyway, like I said, the lineup's from 10 to 11. The parade starts from 11 o'clock at City Hall. We're going to march from City Hall down Federal Street. When we get to Federal Street, it's going to turn over to Sanderson Street. From Sanderson Street, we're going over to Beacon Field. When we get to Beacon Field, we might be there a little bit before 12. That's fine. But what happens? The event starts from 12 to 5. So Tara Murphy and her drum ensemble is going to be having a community-oriented drum line where members of the community could actually beat the drums and dance and get all into the African energy, just like we did last year. That's going to last till 1 o'clock. After 1 o'clock, I'm going to speak for a little bit, just give a little introduction. Then the mayor's going to come up after me, like she did last year, to give a little information and give a speech. After the mayor, we also have Thomas Masheko, who is the president and CEO of Greenfield Savings Bank. He's going to be giving a little speech along with Jesse Dean from the Franklin County Chamber of Commerce, and then Steve Rickman from the Greenfield Girls Club in Greenfield is also going to be giving a little speech. After that, we're going to have a lot of activities. We have a historical educational piece from the Greenfield Historical Society, who's going to be giving some information as far as the history of Greenfield and as far as how African Americans contributed to the economic growth of Greenfield. And we're also going to have Ed Pop from Northampton. He was there last year, but I'm giving some stage time this year. He's a well-known magician and balloon twister, so that's going to be really fun for the kids. Rebecca and the hip hop kids are also going to be performing. The Steppers from Springfield are also going to be performing. And Julia, the kids from Arch Space, they was also performing last year. They're also going to be putting together a little musical ensemble this year as well. We're going to have a lot of music. We have food vendors. Stone Soup Cafe is going to be, they're preparing a special African dish they're going to be serving free of charge. Franklin County Community Meals Program is going to be providing food as well, free of charge. Chad Hot Diggity Dog, I basically paid him out, so it's going to be, so it's free hot dogs, chips, and soda for juice for the kids. And we have a food truck vendor coming in from Chicopee and Amherst called Hazel's Kitchen that serves all West Indian cuisine food. So there's so many things there. Like I said, we have a lot of Indian crafters, a lot of well, there's one nice, beautiful Indian. She makes all Indian jewelry. She's coming from Vermont. She's going to be there. We have people who makes candles. I mean, we have, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of entertainment. It's going to be a fun-filled day. And I'm just really excited just to be in my second year of doing this great event for our wonderful city. And this year, what I was actually wanting to see, I know we can't take a vote because we don't have a full quorum, but I think it would be a good idea because last year the HRC was more involved in Juneteenth planning and the piece. I already spoke with the mayor that I am going to have the banner out there because I am a commissioner. I think it's really important to at least have the Human Rights Commission banner out there. And it's not something that we really need a vote on because we already voted for it already. And basically this is just a second year, so we don't have to reopen up a vote to have the banner. But what I really wanted to do was to have the HRC have a booth, an info booth, to basically for people to come and get information about the HRC and maybe even use it as a recruiting tool to pull more people in. So I'm trying to use my platform on different sides to engage the community on different ways to bring us all in together to fulfill a greater plan here. I mean, it's sad. It's really sad because it's a week away and we don't have a quorum to actually make that kind of vote. But maybe if it's something, you know, if we just want to just voluntarily do it, you know, and we just set up a booth for the Human Rights Commission, I don't really see like we would really need a vote for that because we're just handing out material. But it's definitely something to think about. I already talked to the mayor about it, you know, and I said I want to bring it to the commission, which I'm doing right now. Unfortunately, I can't run the booth because I'm doing 10 million different things that day. My Rotarian brothers and sisters, you know, they're going to be there to help volunteer as well. But it's like right now I'm still a little short on volunteers, you know, but I'm not discouraged because at the same time, what I am falling off in, I'm gaining a lot more support in. So, I mean, I know it's going to work out okay. So I did do I did 2 interviews today as far as promotion and marketing for the event, which is really great. I was on Bear Country this morning. And so Nick is going to play it through the rest of the week between the 6 o'clock a.m. and the 8 o'clock a.m. slot for me. I did an interview with the recorder today with Mary, and I have an interview with New England Public Media on Wednesday as well. So like I said, on every interview I give, I always say a big thank you to my sponsors, a big thank you to my vendors, because if it wasn't for my sponsors and my vendors, it wouldn't have happened. So once again, thank you, thank you, thank you across the board. And that's where we
Great.
stand right.
That's wonderful. I just want to say simply before we open it up for any kind of questions or comments, I really applaud you for taking this initiative and fulfilling this to the fullest. Does anybody else have anything to say? Becky, it looks like Becky.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you maybe set up like an HRC table, I don't know how much like time I'll be at the other table, but I'm happy to like come over if there was something already like ready and I could hop over, or if I knew when other people might not be available, I could try to arrange it with what I'm doing that day with my job. So just
Okay.
let me know, and I'm happy to help out with.
Okay, thank you, because that's one of the things that I was asking on the mayor about, if as far as, because I was concerned, so if we don't have enough commissioners, which I think would be a bad look on the commission, you know, but, you know, because I really feel like the commission should be more out there a lot than how we're out there. And I'm like, you know, if we're commissioners, we're supposed to be involved in community. And there's been a few community events that we have not been at, you know, so and so that's one of my things, like, okay, so if we set up, and if I set up an HRC table to at least hand out information, if there's not a commissioner, does that mean it can't happen? And what she said is, she was like, if it's not a commission, you know, I could get volunteers as well to run the table as well. So it's like, say, for instance, because I know Becky, I don't want to put too much on you because I know you have your own table to run that day. So I'm not gonna, but I definitely thank you, at least you're opening yourself up. But I'm gonna try to see maybe if I could have some other volunteers might pop up this week. It might be able to help out with the table and just,
I'm gonna have other people there too. I'm not the only one working at my job table, so I don't know that I'm have to do that the whole time. So I'm happy to share my hours. I don't know if other people are available to sit at the table. And I just wondered about having some kind of like, are you interested in finding out more or coming to a meeting or something? And maybe there's like a sign up email or some kind of a thing. If there's nobody there, you could like, do you want to find out more information? Leave us your contact information and somebody will reach out to you, and then people could just sign their name on something.
Right. That's a great, I mean, do you have access to any
I can
kind
answer
of?
some of those questions if you give me a chance.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I was like, do you
Okay.
have anything? Right.
So from listening to this conversation, I feel really strongly, and I was going to do this for the event anyway, but I also feel really strongly to film the parade and then do some filming at the event for next year's, or just to recap it and show, some of the music, some of the speaking. And so I'm planning on being there most of the day. And I'd be more than happy to man the table, not continuously throughout the entire day. But what is the time again, the scheduled time for the event?
12 to 5.
Yeah, so at least 4 of those hours, there's no reason why I wouldn't be there. I can also prepare some sign up sheets and some information like that. That would be pretty easy for me to do where I sit. Anything you want me to print up, let me know too, so that you don't have to do so much.
Thank you.
And I'm just intrigued for a moment. What were some of the events that we should have been at? Because I never got any kind of a message or invitation.
No, because
outside
I
of-
know, because I know like last year, I know the HRC was like part of like the recent Pride event that happened last
Oh, I see.
weekend.
Yes, I was there
Yeah,
filming that. Yes.
yeah, and I know like they really wanted to be a part of it, so they
Mhm.
had the banner and stuff like that. And it's just like, I mean, I love the commission. I am involved in the commission and the great work that we do. But it's like, especially for the summertime now, there's so many other things that's coming up, and it's so sad because I do understand, like, we're missing out on a lot because we don't have a quorum. And that's why I think it's so important that we try to recruit people to join the commission so we could have these meetings and move forward and do what we're supposed to do as a commission.
Yeah, I've been
And
working through my networks and asking people. It's just that we're not getting any takers right now. But that's a good point. Just people should keep looking. You know, I was gonna say, yeah, I think I'm glad you mentioned that because back when I was the commission chair in 2016, that was something that we had one of our members make that banner that we have specifically to join that march. And I think that that's a really good idea, and we'll try to plan that better next year. I have been taking over a lot of responsibilities at GCTV because there's only 2 of us where there was 3, and where there was 3, there used to be 5. And where there was 5, there used to be 6. So we're running under half our strength right now. So, and I happened to film that wonderful event, and we had a host from that. So there is a connection there. And I absolutely agree with what you said. And we're going to make sure that that happens next year. And if there's something that I'm just missing because my life is complicated or because I've been sidetracked in some way, which I have, and very dangerous stuff too, please remind me, please badger me to the point where I get the message.
and it's not even, yes, and I will. I'll make note of that. But I just feel it's just more so less because we don't have a full quorum like how we're supposed to have. Because like even today, after not meeting for a couple months, we should have a full quorum to make votes. And when we all signed up as commissioners, one of the things was is that we come to these meetings so that we have these forums that can make votes and move forward. So I think that's something that definitely needs to be looked at again, because
It's almost like we have to have 100% attendance in order to do this. And to me,
exactly.
that's a lot on people. And it's a lot based on, oh, no one's ever going to get sick or be out of commission or out of range on a Monday. We need to get more commissioners. We need like 3 or 4 more at least. Becky?
Yeah, I kind of am hoping maybe we can revisit the idea of hosting it maybe at the town hall again in person, and also Zoom ability. So at least maybe we can take turns rotating who's in person if it's not comfortable or convenient for people. But that also could give a place where people could come and like watch or hang out and check it out, and meet people. And maybe that would also increase some public like information gathering. But also I think it would be helpful to have some way to post online. So like last month I tried to join the meeting. I didn't have a notification about the meeting happening or not happening or being canceled. So I just tried to get the Zoom information from the website. And there wasn't anything on the Greenfield website saying like, this meeting this month is canceled. And so sometimes we've had all these cancellations because we have a low number of people. And then people are like writing to me on my, Facebook and asking if we're having a meeting. And so I don't always even know. So I think like more transparency with that, and that having an in-person place that people can connect with us. But my other just sort of like idea, I don't know if it has to be voted on, but maybe we can make some t-shirts that say like, ask me about the Human Rights Commission, that we can wear when we're at different events. And that way, no matter what other tasks we're doing, we're also sort of double duty, that somebody could approach us. I don't know if that's allowed, but
I think that's great because we have a budget that never gets used. Let's use it for something constructive. That's a great idea. I really appreciate it. And your point is well taken. We need attendance and we need clarity.
I will say that I can definitely volunteer all day for the Juneteenth at the booth, so I'll be there. I have a lot of experience with trying to recruit people because I'm in a bunch of clubs. I'm a president of a few of them, so every
Great.
like semester we have to like have a booth, and I'm pretty good at making people come to my booth and hearing my whole spiel. So
And see,
definitely.
this is great how this worked. We didn't vote or anything. We just said what was needed and people are volunteering to do it. And that's how this commission's going to succeed.
Mhm.
Franklin County News is here with us today, and I've never heard of them before, but I did look at their website page and it looked pretty impressive. Welcome. I guess they're just observing. Is there anything else that needs to be discussed for us to help Juneteenth? Is there anything you'd like us to know for any of us who might be interested in helping that volunteering?
Basically, like I said, I'm still looking for volunteers as far as, because I'm having a lot of the vendors come between 10 and 12. That's the initial setup time. I need help with registration in the park because, like I said, I'm gonna be with the parade, so I can't be in 2 places at one time. I wish I could, but I can't. So I definitely need help because, like I said, 40 plus vendors, moving tents, getting into assigned places is gonna be a little hectic.
So do you need
But
a co-manager, someone who can like help the setup in the morning?
yes, so I need somebody, because right now I have David, he's the president of the Franklin County Rotary Club. He's gonna be there along with my sister. But the amount of vendors that I have coming in, that's gonna be overwhelming for them. So I would definitely need more people involved, like showing them their places. I mean, they're gonna set up where they're gonna be, but everybody has an assigned spot. But just to help with the registration and the parking, because if you go in Beacon Field, the back parking lot, the dirt piece by the tower, that part's just going to be for the vendors, and it's just going to be for like the volunteers and stuff. But as far as the people come into the actual event, we're going to need like parking attendants for that to help people park. on the side streets. So, and even at the initial, like I said, I still need people to help paint the kids' faces at the parade, to get them set up with that. To pass out water, because I have the water, to pass out the water to the marchers, to pass out waters to the vendors in the park. So there's a lot of different little odd jobs, that I have. Right now, like I said, right now, the only thing I'm really short on right now is the manpower and the
Can I make a
volunteers.
suggestion?
Yes.
Have you contacted anybody at Community Action Youth Programs?
The thing with the community, I did reach out to Community Action. What happened with Community Action? Their program is actually closed that day. They really couldn't even get anybody really to even man a table, and they hate that they couldn't even man a table. But so, and it's like, I know, like Kathy from the the Greenfield Historical Society. She has some college students, and she's going to try to get some of her volunteers to the Historical Society too. So, but I mean, I'm gonna need a lot of. I'm running 2 events that day, so I need volunteers in 2 places. So that's where I am right now. Everything else is basically coming together. It's just like the volunteer piece. I just need more support from the community for the volunteer support. And that's just what, I'm sure it'll come together because everything else has come together. So I'm not discouraged.
Can you supply GCTV with a graphic to that effect?
Do you, as far as the volunteer,
Something-
we're looking for
Yeah, we
volunteers?
need volunteers. Call us now. And we'll
Okay.
put it on TV.
Okay. I could do that for you this evening. No
Yeah.
problem.
And just
Okay.
send it to my work email. That'd be fine.
Okay.
Think of any other way I know to get volunteers, but it's like, I'm here running a TV station, offering to train people for free in editing skills and filming skills and radio skills. And still, it's hard getting volunteers. Luckily, this summer, we got some people that were just like, we love this kind of industry. We'll do anything. We'll help you in any way you need help. And so that's been a real blessing, a real blessing. But it's difficult getting people. For a one-day event, though, that should not be too hard. And it's too bad that we didn't know this when school was in session, because that would have been a really good way to recruit people through the high school.
I will say, like, throughout my younger years, I've always been going to the YMCA and working with their program. So I know Kara Younger really well, and Dave. And so I don't know if it's still running, but there was like a youth leader program and I was part of it, and I can
Is that
definitely
from the
reach out
Y?
to him. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's basically, you basically volunteer and you get like, yeah, it's basically that, so I can definitely like reach out and like give him your information to see if, yeah, they're good kids. So
Becky?
Thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
Thank you,
school,
Jessica.
I think school is actually still in session. The colleges aren't, but high school is. And the high school has some youth leaders, and they're in something called the Key Club, and they need to like do community service work for their for that, being in that. And so they often can volunteer. There's youth leaders that can volunteer. The Key Club.
yeah,
I know,
adding, yeah.
yes, I definitely know about the Key Club, because I know when I meet, and that's another thing, Christine has been so supportive of me, the superintendent. I can't say enough about her. She has definitely been hands-on and from the beginning with me. She sent it out to all the principals and the clubs, seeing if anybody wants to be involved. Earlier last week, I finally did get word that the varsity soccer girls and boys soccer team is actually going to table. But I didn't hear anything from this point from the Key Club, and that name just keeps coming up. I don't know how to get in contact with them directly, maybe.
They're
And-
they're online. If you the Key Club, let's see. Yeah, there hasn't been a report from them since 2022. But is it something that's part of the Kiwanis Club?
Kiwanis is like the sister club to the Rotary.
Yeah, whatever we can do, let's find. I can't really, yeah, you're right. I can't, there's no connection between the Key Club and Greenfield in terms of a phone number listed. But if we can find that, that'd be great. Does anybody else have any suggestions for volunteers?
Adding on to schools, I'm a graduate of Mohawk Trail. It's not in Greenfield, but there's definitely a lot of kids who are from Greenfield who go there. But I remember being in NHS and they do volunteer stuff. Like you have to have like a certain number of hours each week with volunteer stuff. So I'll definitely like email my old NHS teacher and see if she can help.
I'll also ask all the GCTV volunteers to come down and support the event that day by volunteering there as well. I won't need that
Thank
much help myself filming. And if you
And
know,
that's-
there's been
Yes,
I've not had time to involve myself in a lot here lately. I had some issues with my banking, with my security, with hacking, being hacked. It was just time consuming. And it's like all my money is, I don't even want to talk about it, but you can imagine that it was a pretty over the top circumstance to have happen that pretty much consumed every part of my life, and that I'm still working and doing overtime here at GCTV is a miracle. So things are clearing up, and we'll be back to normal.
So what I could do this evening, if you would like, I could send out the final flyer to everybody and the schedule of the event and just break down the times and everything. So at least everybody knows the lineup and the times, if that would help.
Yep. And then, you know, in order to solidify all of this, when we get down there, we'll let you know like when we're going to be, how long we're going to be there, and what we'll be able to do.
Because what I already have a schedule list as far as
Mhm.
the that Frank put together for me from the Rotary Club. So that's what I was gonna send it to you, because there's different drop down box and time slots. And
I
what you
see,
want.
right. Yep.
So it's already set. So I could just forward that to you as well.
Mhm.
And I could send it to everybody. Everybody could see what the slot times is, because everything's already done. That's why I said by this point, everything's already done. It's just the point of just people checking the box. That's it. And like I said, and after that, I could send out the final flyer and I could set up the schedule for the day.
Great. Mackenzie, did you have a question?
Yeah, well, I just have to get going, unfortunately. I'm really sorry something came up, but I'll definitely reach out to you, Empress, about volunteer stuff and all the works and whatnot. So sorry about that, but
Thank you.
yeah, of course. I'll see y'all on the 19th.
That's great. Is there anything else anyone needs to talk about or say, or any last comments?
Yeah, I
You
just
don't
have a
have-
quick question, if that's okay.
Yes.
Is there like an online link for people interested in volunteering to like sign up through, or is it more showing up in person the day of?
Yes, that's what I was just saying, that I was going to send out the actual email that the Rotary Club helped me with, that we sent out to the Rotarians. I'll just forward that over to the commission. So
Perfect.
you could sign up through there. And I also send my website, because you could sign up through the website as well.
And could you also send me a copy here at GCTV?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
great. Excellent.
Mhm.
Anything else, anyone? Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. We'll still post this, and I don't think I have to adjourn because I never really started, but we can adjourn. And I want to thank everybody for participating and for being open to volunteer and help make Juneteenth in Greenfield a very successful event that will be known for years to come. And it's like a real holiday now. And people around this country can think about, you know, the value of freedom, the value of emancipation, and how much we all have in common with each other. and how much still we have to go in order to see the liberation of African Americans and other people of color. Anything else, anyone?
I
Thank
was
you
just
very
gonna
much.
also add real quick, regarding like trying to get more membership and everything. I'm definitely gonna try to run some social stuff on the main Greenfield Facebook page about kind of like commission vacancies, to also kind of get that out there in the public.
I think that's great. And if there's some event that we can create with the city in order to promote that, I'd be more than happy to participate in that.
Yeah, I've just started this past week, so I'm getting kind of introduced to everything. But I think going forward for big city events like Pride and Juneteenth and things like that, I think I'm gonna make a very kind of concentrated effort to have you guys involved early, so you know we can have kind of good planning for everything.
Well, let's take advantage of Juneteenth to explain what the Human Rights Commission is all about, how we
agree.
support that holiday, and what we can do if we have enough people, and what it is like to be a commissioner. It's a point of honor here in the town, in the city of Greenfield. Anything else? I guess I get the last word again. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at Juneteenth.